Good evening, one and all. If you have watched my previous videos, I will leave the description in the cards above here and you can watch it. So, today I will discuss something about parathyroid diseases and hypothyroidism and hyperparathyroidism. So, what is hypoparathyroidism? Due to injury to parathyroid glands or their blood supply, usually during surgery, an autoimmune destruction or Digital syndrome occurs. Findings are tetany, hypocalcemia, hyperphosphatemia. These are the findings. And in these two signs are very important, Chomsky sign and Troisier sign. Chomsky sign is the tapping of facial nerve due to leads to contraction of facial muscles. And a Troisier sign means occlusion of brachial artery with BP cuff. That is carpal spasm occurs. First one is Chomsky sign. It is a tapping of facial nerve, contraction of facial muscles, and Troisier sign is the occlusion of brachial artery with BP cuff. That is carpal spasm occurs. And now I will discuss about pseudohypoparathyroidism type 1A. It is autosomal dominant due to inactive GS protein alpha subunit causing end organ resistance to PTH, means parathyroid hormone. Unresponsiveness of kidney to PTH. Hypocalcemia occurs despite increase of PTH levels. It presents as a constellation of physical findings known as Albright hereditary osteodystrophy, means shortened fourth or fifth digits. That is, and short stature occurs, obesity occurs, developmental delay occurs. Defect must be inherited from mother due to imprinting. So once again I repeat, pseudohypoparathyroidism type 1A is an autosomal dominant. It is due to inactive GS protein alpha subunit causing end organ, means kidney and bone resistance to PTH. Unresponsiveness of kidney to PTH. Hypocalcemia despite increase of PTH levels. Presents as a constellation of physical findings known as Albright hereditary osteodystrophy. Shortened fourth or fifth digits, short stature, obesity, and developmental delay occurs. Defect must be inherited from mother due to imprinting. So next one is pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. It is an autosomal dominant one. Physical exam features are Albright hereditary osteodystrophy but without end organ PTH resistance. Means PTH level is normal and normal calcium levels in this pseudo-hypoparathyroidism occurs when defective GS protein alpha subunit is inherited from the father. Occurs when defective GS protein alpha subunit is inherited from father, and a normal maternal allele maintains responsiveness of kidney to PTH. Normal maternal allele maintains responsiveness of kidney to PTH. So next one is hyperparathyroidism. In this, I will discuss primary, secondary, tertiary. Three types are there. Primary ones usually due to parathyroid adenoma or hyperplasia. Hypercalcemia occurs and hypercalciuria occurs, means renal stones. Polyuria occurs, that is Crohn's. So in this primary, it is usually due to parathyroid adenoma or hyperplasia. In this primary one, hypercalcemia occurs, hypercalciuria occurs, polyuria occurs, and hypophosphatemia occurs. Hypophosphatemia and elevated levels of PTH, elevated ALP, increased levels of urinary CAMP. Most often, it is asymptomatic. May present with weakness and constipation. Abdominal or flank pain occurs. That is, in kidney stones, acute pancreatitis may be due to kidney stones or acute pancreatitis. And neuropsychiatric disturbances occurs. So once again I repeat, it primary hyperparathyroidism occurs usually due to parathyroid adenoma or hyperplasia. In this hypercalcemia, hypercalciuria, polyuria occurs and hypophosphatemia occurs. Elevated levels of PTH, ALP, urinary CAMP levels. It most often it is asymptomatic, may present with weakness and constipation. Along with it is abdominal or flank pain, means kidney stones or acute pancreatitis may occur. Neuropsychiatric disturbances may also occur. In this osteofibrosis cystica may occur. It is the cystic bone spaces filled with brown fibrous tissue, means a brown tumor consisting of osteoclasts and deposited hemosiderin from the hemorrhages, causes bone pain. It is due to increased parathyroid hormone, classically associated with primary hyperparathyroidism. So once again I repeat, osteitis fibrosa cystica means the cystic bone spaces filled with brown fibrous tissue, means a brown tumor consisting of osteoclasts and a deposited hemosiderin from the hemorrhages. Deposited hemosiderin from hemorrhages causes bone pain. Due to increased levels of PTH causes bone pain, and due to increased PTH levels classically associated with primary hyperparathyroidism. Next one I will discuss secondary hyperparathyroidism. Secondary hyperplasia, it is due to secondary hyperplasia due to decreased calcium absorption and or increased phosphate ions, most often in chronic kidney disease. That is, it causes hypovitaminosis D and hyperphosphatemia, ultimately leads to decreased calcium ions. So secondary, it is due to secondary hyperplasia due to decreased calcium absorption and increased phosphate ions, most often in chronic kidney disease, that is CKD, causes hypovitaminosis D and hyperphosphatemia occurs. That is ultimately leads to decreased calcium levels. In this, hypocalcemia occurs, hyperphosphatemia occurs in chronic kidney disease, elevated levels of ALP and increased PTH. Increased levels of ALP and increased levels of PTH occurs in secondary hyperparathyroidism. In this also renal osteodystrophy occurs. Means renal disease ultimately leads to secondary and tertiary hyperparathyroidism that ultimately leads to bone lesions. So once again I repeat, renal osteodystrophy occurs in secondary hyperparathyroidism. It is a renal disease. In this, it also occurs in secondary and tertiary hyperparathyroidism, ultimately leads to bone lesions. So what is a tertiary hyperparathyroidism? Tertiary hyperparathyroidism is a refractory hyperparathyroidism, means it is an autonomous resulting from chronic kidney disease. Elevated levels of PTH and increased levels of calcium ions occurs. I repeat, refractory hyperparathyroidism resulting from kidney disease is a tertiary hyperparathyroidism. Elevated levels of PTH and calcium ions occurs. And the last one is a familial hypocalciuric hypercalcemia. In this familial hypocalciuric hypercalcemia, defective G-coupled calcium sensing receptors in multiple tissues, that is parathyroids and kidneys. In this, what occurs? Defective G-coupled calcium sensing receptors in the multiple tissues, that is in parathyroids and kidneys occurs, higher than the normal calcium levels required to suppress PTH. Excessive renal calcium reabsorption occurs, ultimately leads to mild hypercalcemia and hypocalciuria with normal to increased levels of PTH levels. So once again I repeat, what is a familial hypocalciuric hypercalcemia? In this, defective G-coupled calcium sensing receptors in the multiple tissues, that is in parathyroids and kidneys occurs, higher than the normal calcium levels required to suppress the PTH. Excessive renal calcium reabsorption occurs, ultimately leads to mild hypercalcemia and hypocalciuria with normal to elevated levels of PTH levels. These are the types in hyperparathyroidism. Next one I will discuss hypopituitarism, along with acromegaly and SIADH, diabetes insipidus, diabetes mellitus in the next videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and please like, share and comment, and also please subscribe for my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.